Melvin's finally got his big break and has $10 million in his bank account. Well, Melvin, you should probably buy... Melvin, what was that noise? Why would you buy an arena workshop? Oh man, if only he knew about the ultimate GTA business tier list, so he'd never ever in his entire life buy the wrong business again. Okay, F tier, bottom of the barrel, the worst of the worst. Coming in complete dead last, the arena workshop. The only way to make money is through the arena wars game mode, which you don't need the workshop for anyway. But like in terms of making money, that's literally it. But it does have some pretty good features, like you can store the RC Bandito and mod arena war cars. But still, for making money, yes, this is horrendous. Next up, the document forgery office. This is the worst MC business because it makes about 20k an hour, which I could probably get off punching pedestrians and taking their money. But this costs $1 million to buy in the cheapest location. So that's literally a scam. And the sell missions as well, they aren't for solo players. They're the most painful missions in the entire game. Like that post-op one. Oh, the post-op mission. It's so annoying. Okay, next in F tier, the high-end apartments. Now, these are used to start the OG heists. And the reason that in F tier is because they pay terribly and you need to have 4 people. It's not like the modern heist, like the casino KO heist, where you can have up to 4 people. This one needs 4 people to start, when the other heists need 1 or 2 people like minimum and can go up to 4 people. Okay, the last thing in F tier is the casino penthouse. Now this lets you start the Miss Baker missions, which are basically contact missions. Just 6 contact missions that pay you normal price because they are literally contact missions. They pay you about 20k per mission, so in total about 120k. And the main good thing about these missions is you get this armored car. I think it's called the Paragon R, but it's not even like all that. I think it has guns as well, but I mean, you have a gun as well, so what's the point? Okay, time for the mid tier. I was gonna do E tier and D tier, but they were both like too short, so I just merged them together into mid tier. Okay, the first thing in the mid tier, the green farm, the other MC business, which is completely not worth your time, considering it only makes about $35,000 an hour. I was going to put this in F tier, but I remembered the products from this farm can be sold to the street dealer for a decent amount of money every day. Okay, next up, the facility. Now, this is personal bias because the Doomsday Heist pays like decently, but me, genuinely, I just hate the facility. I hate the Doomsday Heist because it's so time consuming. Like there are 3 different acts. Each act with its own preps, setups, and finales. Like, come on, I don't have time for all that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And the final thing in the mid-tier is the CEO office. Now, hear me out. This is a tier list for businesses in terms of how much money they make. The CEO office is amazing because you can buy the crate warehouse and the vehicle warehouse. But in terms of actually making money, the only options you've got is exporting mixed goods and the special vehicle cargo, which both suck. Honestly, like these both suck. Moving up a level to C tier. Now, these are the businesses which are decent. They're okay. You know, they're nothing crazy, but they do the job. You know, they can pay their bills. In the bottom of C tier, we've got the Hangar. Now, the main reason is personal bias because I have a Hangar. I just don't use it. But the way I see the Hangar is you have to source and sell crates, just like the crate warehouse. So it's a pretty active business and it doesn't pay all that well. And the reason it's this low and like not with the crate warehouse is because it's not very new player friendly, because you need like, it's a lot of traveling for the missions. It's a lot of traveling. You know, going up and down the up and down the map, and I don't like it myself. Next in C tier, we've got the Counterfeit cash factory. Now, it's a decent MC business because it produces about $40,000 an hour, but it has the same issues as all the other ones. Like the sell missions are complete garbage. It's in the desert, but this is one of the businesses which is worth running. Speaking of MC businesses which are worth running, the Meth Lab is next. Now, this is the second best MC business, and it makes about 40k an hour as well, the same as the Counterfeit cash factory. The only difference is the product can be sold to the street dealer every day for like bonus money, which is why it's above the Counterfeit cash factory. But above both of them, a bit surprising, is the MC Clubhouse. Now with this, you need this obviously to buy the other MC businesses, but you can actually make money with this itself. Now the first and best way is through the bike shop, where you mod bikes and deliver them. It's kind of like the auto shop service. The second way is through the bar, where you just do a supply mission and you can get passive income in your safe or your bag or whatever. So I think this is decent because the bike shop pays really well. It pays about 50k profit per day if you're there doing the mission, which takes about 5 minutes max. Okay, moving up another level into to B tier. Now, these are the businesses I would recommend to B tier. The businesses which I think are pretty good. At the bottom of B tier, got the crate warehouse. It's a pretty simple business to run. You source crates and you sell them on for a profit. It makes decent money as well for players that are just starting out. The only problem is that it's really, really, really time consuming, especially if you source 3 crates and you have missions where like you have to pick them up and go back to the warehouse over and over again. Okay, next up, the Coke Lockup. The best MC business is in B tier. Now, first of all, let's go over why it's the best. It makes $60,000 an hour and its product can be sold to the street dealer for quite a lot. I think the street dealer takes it for about $40,000, which is pretty nice. But the reason it's not higher on the list, because don't get me wrong, it makes good money. But the reason is because the sell missions, MC business sell missions are just painful. But it is still a good business and it is still in B tier. I just don't think I can move it any higher. Okay, in the top of B tier, I feel like I should have changed this because this feels really generous. But in the top of B tier, we've got the bail office, the newest business in the game. And honestly, I had to like ignore my like annoyed emotions to this business because it was a big letdown. I'll be honest, it was a huge letdown. But it's not like terrible. It's only good because the missions are quick. Like, the pay is pretty bad, but the missions are really quick. So how you make money is through collecting bounties. The bounties could either be most wanted, which are the red ones here, or just normal, which are the blue ones here. The most wanted bounties are like 120k and change every day. Normal bounties are about 40k and change every hour. Or you could make money passively through the extremely overpriced agents. Like these agents, to buy both of them, you need $1.5 million just to make an extra like 10k a day. Okay, moving up to the second highest level, A tier. These are the businesses which I think everyone should own because they are pretty good for making money. In the bottom of A tier, we've got the arcade. Now, it makes pretty good passive income if you set it up properly, and you can start the casino heist, obviously. Now, if done properly, the casino heist can make you $1 million per person if you do it with 2 people. So you can make $1 million pretty much an hour. I mean, the setups aren't even that hard when you do the right setups and you've done them like 1,000 times. They're not hard. Okay, next in A tier, we've got the Salvage Yard. My personal favorite business on the list, mainly because it's a car business, but still, it makes good money because the way you make money is through the car robberies, which change every week. You've got 3 robberies, which pay an average of like 300k, and you've got the tow truck service as well, where you just pick up a car and drop it off and get paid for it. Okay, in the top of A tier is the Kosatka. Now, I think through this entire list, this is the highest heist business on the list, and the only reason it's not S tier is because of the KO nerf that happened a while ago, where the payouts got absolutely crushed. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still a good heist because you can run it solo and it's still a decent pay, but it just can't be S tier in my eyes anymore. It's fallen off so bad, it's quite sad. Now, S tier, the level we've all been waiting for. These 4 businesses are the best of the best. You know, you can't beat them. These are like the goats of GTA Online. So at the bottom of S tier, we have the auto shop. Now, the only reason it's so high on the tier list is because of the contracts. The contracts have no cooldown. They have 2 setups and a finale and pay about 200k. And of course, we have the Union Depository one, which pays 300k. And remember, no cooldown. So you can just spam these out like crazy and make a lot of money. The other way to make money is the auto shop service, which gives you a profit of about 50k. All you have to do is mod the car and deliver it. Also, a quick side note, it comes with a 10-car garage and a mechanic, like as part of the business. And this mechanic has everything unlocked. So normally some like colors on cars are locked behind like certain requirements, but if you mod your car in the auto shop, everything is unlocked. Okay, the third best business in the entire game, the agency, because the Dr. Dre contract, it pays $1 million every time. And if I'm being quite honest, the missions are easy. And you can also make money through the security contracts, which they're decent. They pay a max of like 70 or 80k and a minimum of about 40k, but they're still decent for money. You've also got the payphone hits, but they got nerfed like crazy, so don't even waste your time. The second best business, which in my opinion is the best business for every new player, you could probably guess it, the Acid Lab. Now, to get the Acid Lab, you just have to do the first dose missions, which you get paid for. So you get paid to get this business very much. And after getting the upgrades for the Acid Lab, which I go over in my full guide, you can make $85,000 an hour, which, you know, for doing absolutely nothing is pretty good. And of course, when you do these sell missions, you can do them in public lobbies and you get a high demand bonus. I remember once I sold sold all of my Acid Lab and got about 500k, which is pretty nice. Now, the best business of all time, the greatest business ever, is obviously the Nightclub. I don't think that was a surprise to anyone, but yeah, the Nightclub. You can make money in so many different ways. And by so many different ways, I mean 2. You can make money in 2 ways. The first is through the upstairs safe in the wall. So this goes off your popularity and gives you money like GTA day. So if your popularity is full, which it should be, It's not that hard to keep it up. You can make 50k per GTA day. The second way is through the underground the underground like workshop, warehouse, whatever it's called. You can make about $40,000 an hour, and you have to do completely nothing except for own the businesses that they're going to copy. But you have no input to this, and you can just let it go AFK while you do anything else. Okay, that was the ultimate tier list for every single business in GTA, purely in terms of money. So I'm not talking about how fun they are, how useful they are, purely for money. If you disagree, of course, leave a comment. I will reply to it. And for most of these businesses, I'll put the link to the playlist, which has full guides on every single business. So if you are struggling to run any of these, check the playlist. It should help you out a lot. And with that out of the way, I will see you in the next one.